Hi, I'm Rick Kaler. Thanks for joining me. Are you concerned about saving the planet? Would you like to see more government funding for research into projects like developing clean energy? How about helping people who can't help themselves? Would you like to see more government spending for marginalized populations? Well, here's one way that you can help both the planet and the poor. Live frugally and save for your own old age. In other words, become a millionaire or close to it. Now, it's easy to see that reducing your lifestyle reduces your carbon footprint. But how does your becoming financially independent help other people or the planet? It means you will not become a consumer of the precious government or charitable resources that could be redirected to making a difference in preserving the planet and eliminating poverty. If you don't provide for yourself financially, chances are good that you're going to end up dependent on government funding for your existence. Take long-term health care, for example. 45% of all nursing home spending is funded by our tax dollars. Of Medicaid's $565 billion annual budget, and I'm using 2016 figures, 20%, that's $113 billion, goes for nursing home care. The federal government, and that's us, the taxpayers, pick up the tab for 65% of all people in nursing homes. Medicaid pays for about 1 million of the some 1.5 million nursing home beds in the U.S. Now consider this, the average annual amount the government spends is $113,000 for that semi-private room. So they call it Title 19 on Medicaid. It's $113,000. Now, what's interesting is I looked up what the actual average cost of a semi-private nursing home room is, and it's around $225 a day, or $82,000 a year. Now, where does the other $31,000 go if the government's average is $113,000? Well, I'm not sure. But my hunch is that it's inefficiently spent on the salaries of those who administer the program. So if you can save enough to pay your nursing home cost, there's an extra bonus savings of additional $31,000 in the administration of that money. So one way to relieve the government of the cost of your nursing home care is to purchase long-term care insurance. According to Morningstar, the average annual premium for a long-term care policy being sold in 2014 was $2,772. Now, while this isn't cheap, neither is it prohibitively expensive for a lot of middle-class Americans, especially when we compare it to common expenditures like unlimited cell phone service or annual vacations. In addition to direct payments like Medicaid, there's another cost to society from those who fail or are unable to provide for their own old age. And this is the need for family members to become unpaid caregivers. Morningstar estimated the dollar value of such care was $470 billion. And that's using 2013 numbers. If caregivers quit jobs or take time off, or if they're forced to take Social Security benefits early, the result is lost tax revenue and increased government spending. In addition, those who sacrifice their own resources to care for parents may pass a pattern of retirement scarcity on to the next generation. It appears to be a common misperception that the wealthy are somehow a drain on society who use more than their fair share of resources. Now, there may be some validity to this perception for the relatively few uber rich with multiple homes and conspicuously lavish lifestyles, but it's quite the opposite for much of the greater number of ordinary people and ordinary millionaires, which is a big difference from a billionaire, like 1,000 times. Those who accumulate enough wealth to take care of themselves until the end of their lives. When you're able to fund your own lifetime care, you don't need your family members and fellow taxpayers to provide the resources that you require. And at the end of your life, you might even be able to bequeath some of your estate to help the poor and the planet. Thanks for listening.